any chamfer on the side. But the easiest way, actually, because it's made by a form, and the basic form of the pad is not chamfered. So the chamfering is always a manual operation after producing the material. So, and the easiest thing is just cutting out the chamfers here. And cutting out means, for example, very easy, just cut in one direction, like cutting here, and for example, cutting there. So that means you have a big chamfer here, but here is only small chamfer. Here again big, and here small one. So just having line 1, line 2 in the same direction.
일단 공장에서 헤드가 나오게 되면 평평한 면으로 이렇게 제조가 되고요. 그래서 이것을 이렇게 면을 잘라내는 게 가장 기본적으로 잘라내는 방법이라고 합니다.
So more difficult is another operation. You go parallel to the outer surface here. So you cut it, for example, like here. So you make sure you have the same chamfer all over. Cut it here and cut it there. But it's two different operations, and you are having two directions of machining. You know, you have to adjust the machine in two different ways, which is more complicated, which takes more time, which is more costly.
그 옆면을 깎아내는 방법이 이렇게 보시면 평행하게 깎아내는 방법이 있고, 그다음에 옆에 이런 방법으로 면하고 평행한 방법으로 깎아내는 방법이 있는데, 이 방법의 경우에는 그 기계를 써서 깎아낼 때 이렇게 한 번 작업하고 이렇게 한 번에 두 번의 작업을 해야 돼서 오히려 그 비용이 더 많이 든다고 합니다.
But you can also not always do this, because if you look, for example, in the middle now, the effective surface, the friction surface here, for example, is smaller than it is here. So the surface here is bigger and more stable than here.
많은 경우 무조건 이렇게 깎는다고 또 좋은 건 아니고요. 왜냐하면 마찰 면적이 이거보다는 이렇게 깎을 때 줄어들기 때문에 무조건 다 좋은 거는 아니다.
So it's always again a decision on each application. What is really the best way here to chamfer? How to chamfer the brake pad?
그래서 브레이크 개발을 할 때 어떤 식으로 이 챔퍼를 만드는지를 결정을 해서 가장 좋은 걸로 만든다고 합니다.
So the next thing is about slotting. It comes also, but I don't have very nice pictures. That's why I just painted here. So it's about slotting. So you have maybe the chamfer here, for example, both sides, like here. Yeah. And maybe you have for example, in the middle you have a kind of slot. Of course, it should be the same here. So this is a kind of slot, and there are different options how to do the slot. So you can do the slot either you can do it in this way, for example. But even better is again, for example, having it this way, then this. For example, oh goodness. In the middle, technically always a middle line. So there are also different ways of having this slotting. This also has an impact on the noise.
Definitely. 이것은 그 브레이크의 단면이고요. 그래서 브레이크 보시면 홈이 있는데 그 슬롯이라고 하고요. 그 슬롯을 어떻게 팔지도 어떻게 파냐에 따라서 그 노이즈가 발생이 하냐 아니냐, 얼마나 나느냐가 또 결정된다고 합니다. 그래서 이 방식 같은 경우는 이렇게 팔 수도 있고 이렇게 팔 수도 있고 그걸 결정한다고 합니다.
So the question is, for example, are you doing here, for example, the slotting here again in the middle, or are you doing, for example, some slotting here in this direction, for example, so you have it on both sides in this direction. So you always it's about testing, validation, and see what is really the best design, how to get the best combination of everything.
그래서 그 홈을 이렇게 팔지 아니면 이렇게 깎아낼지를 해서 다양한 조합을 테스트를 해봐서 제품 개발을 한다고 합니다.